James Charles really thought he was bringing creativity back with whatever this is, and what perfume brand is trying to do a relaunch to get in with the Gen Z?
Can you tell I'm not part of that generation?
Welcome to this week's new makeup releases, where we are going to chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced, and sneak peeked. I'll let you know what's going on in the beauty community, so you don't have to be scouring the internet and to find out what is new and fun and what is going on. And I did actually film this look as well, and I filmed this with something that hasn't been revealed yet. The brand has not even let us know that they have something coming out, but I am prepared, and you're gonna see this video this weekend. There's gonna be a little bit of a bonus, and there's gonna be a big reveal with a bunch of things. I think it is 16 products. I think it might be the biggest one the brand's ever done. And if you're interested in makeup news, if you're interested in seeing more makeup products on your feed, playing with color, definitely don't forget to subscribe, because I do upload quite a lot of videos here on my channel. I'm gonna scoochy a little bit to the side so we can fit the new Artistry palette by James Charles here. This is the painted brand by James Charles, and this is the second Artistry palette that they are releasing. Can I say, I don't mind a rainbow palette, but I honestly think that the range of the one that he had with Morphe, which for a lot of obvious reasons are no longer available anymore, I thought that one had a better range than this one. I will say though, I don't think it's a bad idea for a brand to have a rainbow palette. I honestly think that if you are a brand that does color, I do think that there is a point in having a rainbow palette. You know what really, first of all, in the promo leading up to this one, they are literally saying they're bringing creativity back. Creativity never left, okay? There was never any lack of creativity within the beauty space. A lot of people have been doing really creative stuff, and I'm not even talking about me. Okay, there is a lot of people in the beauty space that's been doing creative things, creators, brands, all of the different things for years. Bringing out a rainbow palette isn't in itself creative. I've said this before, and it's been a while, but say it with me. The rainbow, nature already curated that for you, okay? You're not curating a rainbow palette because the rainbow already curated that color story for you. So I don't think that bringing out a rainbow palette per se is creativity, but if it's great quality, sure. I won't be trying out James Charles brands for the reason that I don't want to give him any money. Do you know what I think is the most shocking thing? The price of this one. If I'm not totally mistaken, this is kind of an expensive product. I have made it a point during 2025 to talk more about pricing, because I think that sometimes we forget when we talk about different products and we compare products to each other and we hold up two products to each other and we're like, this one just feels more sparkly and it's twice the price, and it's like, yeah, that's why it's twice the price. And I do think that it's important sometimes to talk about pricing. This one is $55, which I think is a lot of money for a palette that does not have any special shades. Even if this is high quality, you can make high quality shadows for less money than this, which makes me wonder what kind of overhead costs he has to have to price this at this price tag. Because how many shades are in this one again? We have 20 shades. I still think you should have been able to make this less than 55, because also this doesn't have a custom like art job or anything. You didn't have to pay an artist to do any kind of art because it is a white packaging. So I will say 55 for this palette, for me, I felt was kind of a steep price, because again, this is a brand that is not in brick and mortar. You should be able to price this lower because of the quantities that they're probably ordering, and because the packaging looks the way that it does, and because there's no special shades in there. So, and because it's not in brick and mortar, which makes me wonder what kind of overhead costs they have to price this at 55. That's just me speculating, and I'm saying that as someone who owns a makeup brand myself. I could produce a palette like this with Singe for less than 55, and I am a small brand. So again, it's just something to think about sometimes when we see stuff like this. Is 55 is not crazy for an eyeshadow palette, but $55 for an eyeshadow palette without special shades from a brand who's not in brick and mortar, I do think that that is a little, that's a little steep. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I was surprised to see that, because he describes the shimmers as twinkly and sparkly in the light. That doesn't sound like a multi-chrome to me. Let's talk about the two new indie palettes that have been revealed, and I think one of them is releasing today, and that is the Unoriginal Nudes by Bella Beauté Bar. I will say, again, Bella Beauté Bar is one of those brands that is a little bit more expensive. I do think that this one is $69. I do have swatches of this one, and if you want to see this one in action, that was yesterday's video. I did do a look with this one, and I did do more like swatches, and I did give my thoughts on this one. I think the quality of this one is beautiful, and I did talk in this video about, I wonder if this one is gonna crease on me or not. I did have a little creasing with it, but not a lot. I will say some of the special shades from Bella Beauté Bar are a little bit more emollient, which makes them swatch incredibly and makes them look incredible on the eyes. But if you have more hooded eyes like me, they also tend to crease a little bit. Not all brands do that, but these do tend to do that sometimes. I had a little creasing. Not a lot, a little bit, so I thought that that was actually pretty good. This one is launching today. You can use my code Angelica and get some money off. This one has some really intense neutral shadows in here with some really intense sparkles in here, and there is also a true holographic shadow in here, and this one is almost a pewter with a multi-chrome sheen in it. It's like a green going to a gold going to a pink, which is really interesting with that pewter undertone. Overall, I think this palette is really beautiful. I very much enjoyed working with it, and if you were wanting to try a neutral palette from an indie brand, this one does have very high quality. I actually have a full video talking about neutral palettes from indie brands, if that is something that you're interested in, and I have a full video. I go through so many different neutral palettes. So, I mean, this one would have been included had this one been released at the time. Another palette that is releasing, and this one is releasing, I think, on Monday, and this is the Mocha Moment by Gourmande Girls. This one has a little bit more color than the Unoriginal Nudes. I think this is a really beautiful color story. Here you can go a little bit more green or berry if you want to. The shades here are really, really special and interesting as well. I really enjoyed working with this one as well. Both of these are really high quality. You can use my code with the Gourmande Girls as well. I have talked about so long that I thought that indie brands should be releasing more neutral palettes, not because I am such a big lover of neutrals, but because I think it will round out not only an indie brand as itself, but also the indie community and bring in a new audience, because not everybody wants to be super bright. I say as someone who has been enjoying neutrals as of late as well. So I honestly think that both of these are really good options for neutrals. I think this one is like 55 or something, and this one is 69, and in the Gourmande Girls you do have some really, really interesting shades, and this one is more same here with the gold, pink going to gold going to green, but this one has more almost like a rose gold in the undertone instead. Again, very, very interesting special shade. And this one I did again, this was also in yesterday's video, I did a halo eye with this, and I loved the look, and I had no problem with creasing. So very, very impressed with both of those palettes, quite honestly. There's also some upcoming releases from GlossGods. They usually do this in the summer, where they do like a color festival for summer, and they are releasing some gems for the eyes and face, and some, they call it drip sticks. I think these are multi-chrome crayon eyeshadow sticks, and 2 different eyeshadow palettes that seem very bright and colorful. I think both of these look incredible, and I hope this is the same beautiful formula as they had in their Aurora Lights palette, which was absolutely stunning. You can use my code with GlossGods as well and get some money off. They are shipping out of Sweden. I know right now the world is like, everybody's like holding their breath because tariffs are all over the place, and I do think that, and I hope that the US will find a system that is somewhat streamlined and automated in the way that the system is both in Canada and in the EU, for example, because I do think that it's not a bad idea. Oh, listen, don't come for me, but it's not a bad idea to put taxes on imports. Do I agree with how it's been done? No. But what's been crazy is how it's been done and how non-streamlined it is and what kind of chaos it has caused with like vendors and everything. So I do hope that they, with a swiftness, really figure out how they're going to do this, because you've had to pay VAT on imports for the EU. I used to do that. Even when I got PR, I had to pay taxes on it. So I do think that the US is getting into that now as well. Even though I do think that the way that it's been done and how messy it's been has been absolutely crazy. I do not think, though, that import taxes is a bad idea, even on small values, but some of the broker fees have been insane. So yeah, do keep that in mind when if you're in the US and you're ordering from outside of the US right now, that you could be hit with some import fees. So make sure that you know what you're doing so you don't end up having a very not fun surprise. Because I've heard some not fun surprises from people. This one is really interesting, and this is from Danessa Myricks. And Danessa Myricks is releasing eyeshadow crayons, and these are a dual-ended eyeshadow crayon. And I saw her use it on her Instagram, and it seems like they are magnetic, so you can actually, they can be pushed together, and you can not have them rattle around in your makeup bag, but they will attach to each other in case you want to buy more than one. I don't know. It says multi-use pearl pigment for eye, cheek, and lip, and it says pearl, so I'm not 100% sure if any of these will be for me, honestly. I don't think that a pearl crayon is something that I need in my life, because if I ever use something like this, it's always a matte. It's almost never a shimmer, but I know most people, like I have friends who travel with these kind of things in shimmers and use them like that, but I like them in matte. So if she were to come up with something like this in matte colors, I would be all on board, but I am intrigued to swatch this out, because you never know with Danessa Myricks though. You could strike gold, because if there's one thing that Danessa Myricks does, it is really incredible, high quality products that never disappoint. We have two different bronzing products to talk about. One of them is from About Face, and this is the Beach Freak bronzer stick, and I am excited to see even more bronzer products. I definitely do not need one. I need a new bronzer like I need a hole in my head, so I don't think I'm gonna pick up any of these two bronzer products now. Maybe if I'm making an order from Sephora, if I'm making an order for Ulta, maybe I will toss this one in, because I do think the shade range looks really good, and usually About Face is a little bit more mid-range. Yeah, $20 for a bronzing stick. It's honestly not that bad at all. The other bronzer is from Natasha Denona, and this is a Hy-Sculpt liquid bronzer. It says serum infused. This is $38. Natasha Denona is a high-end price. I don't think I'm gonna pick this one up now. If it comes to Sephora and I'm making a Sephora order, I might toss one into my bag, but I'm not gonna make a separate order for it. You can though get 15% off your order from Natasha Denona if you use my code Agnieszka. So if you're ever ordering from Natasha Denona, the website itself, make sure to use a code. You don't have to use my code, use somebody's code to get some money off. But I don't think I'm gonna be ordering this one specifically right now. It does say it's coming to Ulta and Sephora though on June 26th. Is that not? Has that not already been? Isn't it crazy that we're in July soon? Absolutely bananas that that's where we are. I think it's smart to release bronzers in the summertime. Do I need a new bronzer? No. Do you need a new bronzer? You know what? You're gonna have to answer that one for me. There's been a lot of brands getting into body care or makeup products that I didn't think we're gonna see more, but I shouldn't be surprised that Summer Fridays is coming out with a blush because of the success that they have had with their lip balms in a tube. But yeah, more things from Summer Fridays, and I guess they are officially not only a skincare brand, they're also doing makeup now. So these are the Blush Butter Balms, makeup with skincare ingredients. Oh my, I'm so sick of tired of makeup products with skincare ingredients where it really doesn't make any sense. We don't need blush with skincare ingredients, okay? I don't need to have skincare right there at that point. Can we not? Most of us are just doing our skincare and then doing makeup. That is a trend where I'm like, that and the pH adjusting, can that just put it on a rocket, send it out into space? I just don't need to see it again. Coming July 8th, it doesn't even say what skincare, like, Makeup with skincare ingredients. Which ones? Are we not even gonna say it? What skincare ingredient? What? I swear I can't catch a break. It just, sometimes I just, you know, you get that twitch in your eyelid and you're like, There is a new gloss coming from Rare Beauty. Did Rare Beauty not have glosses? I feel like I've seen glosses from Rare Beauty. Did we not like them? Maybe they didn't have any. I remember they had those liquid balms. Those were great. I think I still have mine. That's old. I really need to be better at decluttering old makeup this declutter season because I think that's old. But these are a super soft and nourishing lip gloss with a light catching shine and to effectively enhance lips and create a fuller lip. I feel like isn't that what glosses do? That's what glosses do. Coming soon. Okay, coming soon. It doesn't seem to be sparkly, which I normally would like, but also have been into sparkly lips as of late. But you know what? I really didn't like their lip tint shine lip oil that was actually a lip tint. Didn't like that one at all. Actually did not like that one at all. So I really hope that these are going to be better. How are they going to be worse? Charlotte Tilbury is jumping on the lip balms in a tube. What is this packaging, Charlotte? Who are we hiring to do these packagings? I feel like she just put out an ad on Fiverr and she's like, can I get some packaging? I want lips, and then I want fruits, and I want them to feel like bargain bin at Claire's in 1992. And then you got these. The packaging is not selling the fantasy because I am sure these are going to be expensive. This is Charlotte Tilbury. I would not be surprised if these are like a $32 lip balm. Oh, they're a lip oil. Lip oil in a squeezy. Oh, okay. I hope they're not going to seep out because I feel like that could be... There's one that's called Candy Fig. Oh my god, you had me. Everything I said, everything is forgotten. Fig? Yes. I swear this is how you get me now. If it says fig, I'm already there. I'm already handing over my debit card and I'm like, yes, fig, please. Oh, I would love fig. Do you think I could DoorDash fig? Like fresh figs? Where would I get fresh figs? That's not really on the McDonald's menu, but pure peach, cherry glaze, coconut water, strawberry, vanilla, and pink watermelon are pH adjusted, like adaptive. Let's avoid those. And then candy fig. Scented sheer shades. You know all that bullshit I just talked about that product? All they needed to do was just hold up that sign that says fig, and I'm just like, sold. I think a lot of people are going to be super excited when I say this. Sit down, hold on, buckle in. But Snif's secret menu is coming to Ulta. I am excited for Snif because their secret menu is such an interesting... it's an interesting project that they have, quite honestly. These are the scents that are a little bit out there. These are the scents that are made to smell like something specific and usually a little bit, yeah, let's call it out there. So with this picture here, you can see Crumb Couture, Naughty Nonna. I have that one. It is a boozy ginger fruitcake that came out for holiday season. Such a nice one. Then it is Sweet Tooth. And have you seen that video yet? I am talking about that in the video, but you might not have seen that yet. It is inspired by Swedish candy. It is specifically inspired by this Swedish candy that you're seeing right here. If you're a Swede, you know what it is. A little bit of a tart watermelon candy. So this is a little bit of a zesty watermelon candy. That's what this one smells like. Then you have a Slice Society, which is supposed to smell like pizza. I think this is supposed to be a little tomato and basil. And then you have Soda Snob, which is actually my favorite. I wore this one yesterday. It is supposed to smell like a fizzy Coke drink and heavy on the spices. This is like a fizzy cinnamon drink, and it actually is super delightful. So it says that the Snif secret menu is coming to Ulta, and they are starting with Crumb Couture, which is the one that's supposed to smell like a newly baked croissant. So yeah, keep your eye open for that one. Like I said, my favorite is the Soda Snob one, but quite honestly, I could see myself getting more. Tarte is releasing a cheek and lip stick, and this is a Maracuja Juicy Lip and Cheek Multi-Stick. Is there really no budget left to get another trademark? I say as someone who really hasn't done a lot of that either, but like, They're a big brand. Isn't there any other trademark or any other family we could put product under except Maracuja Juicy? I don't know. It's $30, 10 shades. This is a juicy flush with a long wearing color that lasts. Juicy flush and long wearing colors. I thought this was going to be dewy. Actually, it doesn't look that dewy when I see it swatched. Okay, this might actually be a kind of an interesting... I haven't seen the shades myself, but I was scrolling through the swatches on the cheeks, and it looked like one of those that looks a little dewy on the cheeks, but it didn't look like glossy or greasy. So if they have a good shade, I could be intrigued, because sometimes Tarte actually does really like high quality, good products. I saw this one and immediately I was like, no. I do not like a glossy lip liner, but I know some of you do. This was the main reason why I didn't like the Myricks new lip liner, because it is glossy and I want something that stays put, and I just don't know what I'm supposed to do with a glossy lip liner. I just don't like it. But MAC is releasing a glossy lip liner. It is called Lipglazer, and it is where liner meets shine. Gel-based formula, glides on, smooth, delivering high shine finish that blah, blah, blah. I don't want that. I don't want a glossy lip liner. Good for you. More for you, less for me. I will not be fighting you in the checkout line for that one. You keep it. Makeup Forever is releasing a new concealer, and this is the HD Skin Full Cover Concealer. I think that this one, because they do have an HD Skin Concealer, but I think that that is more of a medium buildable concealer, and I think this one will probably be a little bit more matte and full coverage. I think they make really high quality products, especially like their complexion products. This one has, again, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, pomegranate extracts. It's supposed to leave it firm and moisturized, double-ended applicator with tip and brush, confirmed with the brand, 32 shades. This is coming in July. So the shades you're seeing here should not be all the shades then, if they're doing 32 shades. Sure. I think that looks really interesting. I usually like their products, so that might... I feel like a full face of Makeup Forever could be something. Maybe we'll do it when we have this new concealer. Let's talk about the fragrance brand that is trying to do a little bit of a comeback, and this is Calvin Klein, and they are releasing body sprays in the hope to catch the ever-elusive Gen Z, to hopefully get some, I don't know, some space back in the beauty community. Calvin Klein used to have a makeup brand, but I don't think that exists anymore. That was a long time ago, and they used to have some really famous fragrances. Like, they were so hyped, you had to be there. If you are my age, or maybe even a couple of years older or younger, you probably remember Calvin Klein was unbeatable when it came to fragrances. They had some unisex fragrances that had the community in a chokehold. Everybody loved Calvin Klein fragrances, and then I feel like they disappeared, but now they're coming back with body sprays. So this is a hair and body perfume mist. They're coming July 1st, and they are a silky coconut, sheer peach, nude vanilla, and cotton musk. I am not even sure where they are sold, because like, where is Calvin Klein fragrances sold right now? Like, can you find them still in department stores? Like, are they available? I have no idea. So yeah, I don't know where these are releasing, because I don't know who carries Calvin Klein fragrances, or if they even have any fragrances. Maybe they're like relaunching the entire brand with these, because let me tell you, they used to be huge, but then it was just crickets for a while. These are going to be $38 each though, and I am intrigued to see if they can jump back into it, or if like the hype is truly dead. A while ago we talked about the fact that Juvia's Place was releasing some eyeshadow crayons, and those are available at Ulta right now. But what is also available at Ulta right now are the new Beautiful Big Lips Plumping Glosses. You know I am out when it comes to plumping glosses. Unless it is a cooling gloss, then I really like them. But if it's a stinging gloss, absolutely not. This says that it combines the latest in lip enhancing technology with nourishing ingredients that care for your lips, delivering dramatic results. I don't want that. That does not sound like something I want, but that's also available. I will link everything down below, and I will pop it up in YouTube Shopping. And they're also coming out with the Coffee Shop liquid eyeshadows, and it seems to be like neutral liquid eyeshadows, shimmery ones and matte ones. And I'm like, okay, these actually look kind of interesting. So I'm excited to see Juvia's Place come out with more things like this, and it is exciting to see them come out with eyeshadow products as well, because they have not released an eyeshadow palette in well over a year. I'm gonna end with talking a little bit about because last week I talked a little bit about my channel and the series and the future of this series, and I wanna talk a little bit about some of the things that you brought up and how I'm thinking about this, and I'll save that towards the end because not everybody wants to hear about that, but you did give me some really, really good feedback about that, so I thought I'd talk about that towards the end of the video. But I also wanted to talk about this new collection by P. Louise, because I feel like, am I not understanding P. Louise as a brand at all right now? Because either they truly have lost the plot, or they are so big right now and I'm just not getting it. Is this because I'm not on TikTok? Is this why I'm not getting it? Because this collection, I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand. If you think that this looks messy, wait until you hear what's in this. First of all, I think this looks dated. I think this looks like early 2000s, but maybe that's what's popular right now. Again, I don't know. But listen to what's in this collection. I'm gonna have to speed this up. Breakfast Bites Eye and Face Palette, Butter Me Up Lipstick Palette, Spoiled for Choice Cream Blusher, Bad Bitch Energy Cereal Milk Lip Gloss and Balm Duo, Juicy Drip French Toast Lip Scrub and Mask Duo, Frosted Fix Up French Toast Setting Spray, Glow Guy Glossy Balm, Light Lift Eye Cream, Soak Me Cereal Kisser, Snatch Blend and Pop Brush Set, Bad Bitch Energy Body Mist Cereal Milk, Slay the Clay Face Mask Stick, Daily Dusting Powder Cleanser, Keeping Your Cool Primer Cooling Stick, Dose of Dreams Vitamin C Cream, Dreamy and Creamy Fruit Loops Lip Balm and Lip Serum Duo, What's the Scoop Stretchy Body Scrub, Keeping Your Cool Moisture Cooling Balm. What fresh hell is this? First of all, the names? This is like a school project kind of names. I feel like I'm gonna, if I say P. Louise like 3 times in a row, I'm gonna her fans are gonna spawn in the comments and letting me know that I don't understand anything. But what is this collection? There are so many different products. There seems to be a lot of skincare products. It's inspired by breakfast cereals and so many products. I don't think you understand how much it costs to launch a collection like this. That's $1 million right there. I cannot begin to fathom how much they must be selling to be able to just randomly release a collection. I say randomly because remember the big palette we talked about? They have had another big launch since then. Big palette, big launch, and then this humongous launch. They must be selling products out of the wazoo to be able to afford something like this and to be able to have that many big products in production at the same time, because producing something going into production and you actually being able to sell it, it's somewhere between a month and a half and 3 months, depending on how large it is and depending on what kind of shipping you're choosing. If you are producing a lot of things, it might be even more. And of course, there's a lot of work that goes into something before it goes into production as well. So to have this many big collections in production at the same time, because again, you have to pay for it yourself. You can't. This is not one of those Klarna, pay later or no. You have to pay for it before you can sell it. So they must be doing so well. That's all I wanted to say about that. P. Louise and Made by Mitchell are 2 brands that are releasing humongous big collections often. They must be doing so well. So well. I say that again with love, but this is just me speculating based on what I know from producing products and how much it costs, and that's a big one. That's what she said. Let me scooch into the middle and let me just quickly go through some of the things that you were saying about new makeup releases. First of all, I didn't want to make it sound like I'm leaving YouTube. I'm not leaving YouTube. I actually filmed a video about this because I was every time you talk about wanting to make some changes, people are like, oh my god, don't leave. I don't want to leave YouTube. I love doing makeup YouTube. I love playing with makeup, I love playing with products, and I love reporting on the makeup news. But I also want to make sure that I am making content that you actually are like genuinely interested in. Because what's the point of me making stuff just for me? If that was the point, I could just do it and not film it, quite honestly. The reason why we're filming it and putting it on YouTube is because we're hoping people are gonna watch it and gonna enjoy it. So what I will say, this is what I got from like the feedback that you had. First and foremost, most people said they love the series and they don't want it to disappear. So I heard you. We are staying, we're keeping in there. A lot of people said that right now, because of how the world is, and this is what I thought, because of how the world is, they are trying to watch less makeup videos to not fall into buying makeup with money they don't have. You know what? I 1,000,000% respect that. I totally see where you're coming from. And I do hope, and I hope to bring with my channel, not only like, I don't want to be a makeup QVC. That's not what I want to be. I want to be like entertaining and helpful. Not only with the makeup that's new, but also with the makeup that you have at home. So that's something that I need to think about. I also did decide to do a little logo that I put on my thumbnails for new makeup releases. And that logo I will put on all the thumbnails for new makeup releases, so they will be very easy to spot in case that is something that you are looking for. I also did here, and this is something that I've been trying to do, and I'm going to keep it even more in the back of my head, that you really love when I give my insights based on being a brand owner, but also based on the knowledge that I have from my science degree and also from working with these kind of things for a lot of years. And also did hear that you don't mind if these episodes are shorter and if I only do the products that I'm genuinely interested in or genuinely have like an opinion about. And that's also something I'm going to keep in the back of my mind, because there's no point in me talking about stuff that nobody's really intrigued in just because it's like makeup news. Like, what's the point in that? So I'm going to try and make this even more like me giving my opinions on what's new in the beauty community and not just me letting you know about what's available. I want it to be like a good mix. If you have any other opinions or any other thoughts about this, I might next summer, depending on how this goes, I might do every other week in June and July only. I'm not going to do it right now though, because I am actually leaving for a trip with my husband. Me and my husband are doing a trip to celebrate 5 years as married. So there won't be new makeup releases for 2 weeks in July because of that, because I'm taking a vacation. Everybody deserves a little time with their partner to just relax and not think about new makeup. So that's what I'm going to do for 2 weeks. But thank you again so much, not only for your kind words and for your feedback. I really took everything to heart. You said a lot of really good and helpful things, and I don't want you to ever think that you cannot give me constructive feedback, but I will say, and I say this for the love of all the creators, we only want constructive feedback when we asked for it. And last episode I did ask for it, so thank you so much for all the constructive feedback and all the thoughts that you gave me. It truly helped me, and it also made me super happy to hear that you really enjoyed these series. I hope you're having an amazing Friday. There will be a bonus video this weekend, so don't forget to check that out. I cannot wait to show you what this brand has cooked up. I hope you're gonna love it because I've had so much fun with it. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you soon in a new video.